Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I wonder what this video is going to be talking about. Shilling for Russia, apparently. But of course, another hero hate reaction video. But anyway, I think this is going to be absolutely crazy. Man, they're still talking about Veilguard after all this time? Bro, just take the L. But anyway, leave a like, subscribe, check out the Discord, and and my Twitch. And let's see what this video is about. Because, oh my God, something tells me that this is going to reach maximum stupidity. Let's go.
I've had a wonderful week. So as you know, regarding Dragon Age the Veilguard, there has been so much cope from various corpos and their journalist buddies regarding
Oh yes,
this game
100%.
and their failed attempts to hype it up, as well as the shills who constantly try and defend this game and downplay the reasons why it failed and that it did fail. And now EA has made a statement about Veilguard, which is just continuing the immense cope fest. Check it out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
EA claims Dragon Age the Veilguard failed due to lack of live service elements. Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. 100%.
Failed because it wasn't live service. Yeah, no, these people will do anything except admit that the writing was trash, the characters were dull, even characters that were once beloved got dulled down, and of course that there were various modern audience DEI elements in the game, but yeah, they'll never admit that stuff. We'll take a look at this hilariously out of touch.
They'll do everything else except acknowledging their failures.
Cope statement from EA.
My God, are you kidding me?
Hopping over to a post about this news on the Dragon Age the Veilguard subreddit, a hilarious top comment that reads, "Such ignorant hubris. Review bombing is why this underperformed." Yeah, like I said a moment ago, these shills never admit the real reasons why this game failed.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The underperformance on review bombing. This is obviously not true, and as a matter of fact, when Veilguard released, I distinctly remember that it was floating around like 70%, like immediately after release, and then it trended all the way up to around 80%. And for a number of months, it was at like an 80% review score over on.
Yeah, isn't 70% considered like above average yeah, that's above average, right? From what I can remember, that's actually not too bad
On Steam. And then the next number of months it began to trend down back to 70%, and now it's below 70%. But to say this game got review bombed is just overtly false information.
Yeah, no, that's crap.
As we've discussed so many times, anyone can go through the reviews over on Steam and see that there's so much detail.
Didn't like. My God, people wrote a novel on why they didn't like it. Why is this blacked out, bro? So they tells me they put some pretty vulgar things right there.
This game, like,
Jesus.
people literally wrote.
Oh yeah, these are people that have hours, because this one's 118 hours. This one's around like 8. This one's 31. Yeah, so this is like decent amount of time for some of these reviews.
Essays about what they disliked about this game to go along with their negative reviews, and you can also see their hours played. So yeah, no, this game didn't underperform because it was review bombed. People just didn't like this game. Also got a ton of refunds, and a lot of people didn't buy it. And I know we've talked a lot about this game already, but there's continually more news coming out about it, and the like immense cope fest that also continues I find very amusing and also interesting. I really don't understand why these modern audience types just can't see reality and like face the facts, like why they got to be in such denial. And of course, hopping back over to the
no
news
one
itself
knows,
regarding
man.
EA, let's check out this nonsense in their statement. So, Twisted Voxel writes, EA CEO claims Dragon Age the Veilguard failed due to lack of live service elements. During Electronic Arts Q3 2025 earnings conference call, CEO Andrew.
Yeah, that as I said, that's what it is. They lacked cosmetics because people. I mean, maybe that was the thing. Maybe they made the main character, look like complete dog water, and they're like, "Hey, you could spend $10 to make this character look slightly better." That's exactly what I want to do. Thank you, EA.
Wilson expressed disappointment with the company's financial performance during the quarter. He brought up the lower-than-expected performance of EA Sports FC franchise as one of the reasons. He also mentioned that Dragon Age the Veilguard launched successfully and received strong reviews from both critics and players. Yeah, so immediately contradicting that top comment that was like, this got review bombed. It sure is interesting that for a group of people that so ardently defend this game, they really know nothing about it. But anyways, he continues to go over information that we've already discussed. For example, how Veilguard fell short by about 50% of EA's expectations. And then they write this. Regarding Veilguard's inability to reach a wider audience, Wilson said that games must align with the changing expectations of players who prioritize shared world features and deeper engagement alongside compelling narratives. In other words, he expected the game to have been more successful if it had featured live service elements. Ironically, Dragon Age the Veilguard originally started off as a live service game, as revealed by the game's co-directors Corinne Bush and John Epler. Ultimately, however, they pivoted to a single-player experience. Bush said that she felt very supported through this decision by BioWare and EA. According to her, it's intimidating to buck the trends in an era where it feels like almost every game must be open world. She added that for BioWare, the way in which it tells the best stories and stays true.
I mean, in a way, she's not exactly wrong about it, but it doesn't mean it has to be. That's the thing. It doesn't mean it has to be. As long as it's interesting and engaging and people like the story and characters, it doesn't need to be open world.
To its roots is through a more handcrafted and intimate experience. This is very ironic, of course, because they did anything but that in Veilguard, which is a huge reason why so many fans of the older Dragon Age games absolutely despise Veilguard. Wilson now seems to believe that pivoting back to a single-player experience was the wrong call for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. After the release of Veilguard, BioWare was hit with layoffs in the name of restructuring, which is something, yes, we've also discussed. Ultimately, the point is
that happened.
Again, the massive delusions and cope from all of these people who have supported this game is just nuts. From the shills over on Reddit, and even shills over on YouTube and Twitch, to the EA executives themselves, and even delusions over at BioWare. For example, Corinne's departing statement, which said something like, "I'm so proud of the work that I've done at the company. I've put them on the right track." Many people assessing the situation.
Oh, are these the people that got laid off? That has to be them. Yeah, a lot of people got laid off, dude. You know what's crazy is that when you saw all of the writing directors and all that stuff get laid off, every single one of them did, and none of them is like, oh, but it's crazy. It's unbelievable. I'm like, really? It's unbelievable. You really don't know why they laid you off? Really?
And coming to the conclusion that Corinne did not actually willingly leave the company.
Delusions of grandeur.
Part of the layoffs that occurred about a week after Corinne's statement, which, by the way, you can see is here on the screen. Here's the parts that I actually want to highlight. "I did what I set out to do at BioWare. This is to come in and help right the ship. The chance to return the game to a proper quality single-player RPG was the privilege of a lifetime. We as a team did it, and it was hard. It took a toll on me. BioWare still has a lot of work to do culturally, but I do believe they are on the right footing now." I've read the full statement before. I'm just highlighting these bits of it now because looking back on for the layoffs, I mean, actually pretty messed up. Like, Corinne's out here bragging about the work that was so-called achieved, and then it's like, oh, by the way, less than 100 employees left, tons of people getting fired. But hey, Corinne says, we did it as a team. BioWare's really on the right footing now, guys. It's so wonderful. It's so great. Gets terminated.
It's going to do so good now. What is it? They're probably, dude, they're doing so amazing. Bro, in her mind, she's thinking, bro, it's so amazing. The company, the studio is going to close its doors. So that's amazing. You know, the messed up part is that no matter what, these people fell upwards. I mean, look at the director for Concord. They're literally part of the Halo team. And I can't wait when Hero Hey covers that. Maybe he did already, but that's going to be awesome.
And then, of course, also calling the game a proper single-player RPG.
And not as a good way.
It's like referred to commonly as Failguard. Game flopped. Yeah, let me know what you think about this cope. Oh, it only failed because of the review bombs. Underperformed because of review bombs. Oh, it only failed because of not being live service. And previously we saw takes such as, it only failed because the grifters on YouTube and the chuds on the internet, they made fun of this game so much that nobody wanted to buy it. You know, that whole Schrodinger's chud thing. Those chuds are simultaneously a loud, angry minority with no power, but also a large group of people with enough power to take down AAA games and entire companies, which, like I said before, just makes the chuds sound based. These people mad that chuds want to LARP as if they're like revolutionaries, but then they get mad at people that are actually destroying the corrupt corporations out there. And finally, as is tradition with Veilguard coverage here on the channel, we'll hop back over to the Dragon Age Veilguard sub.
That will always be a funny thing to me, is that they will always scream and yell that the chuds have no power. It's like, yes, they do. You know what that power is? It's their wallets. That's the chuds' power. And the chuds don't like whatever it is that you're doing, they won't buy it. And when they don't buy it, guess what? It brings everything down for the company. Why? Because all these corporations require money, you imbecile.
Subreddit and take a look at some more hilariously out-of-touch cope from the modern audience. Returning to the post about the news from EA that we just read, and that comment saying, such ignorant hubris, review bombing is why it's underperformed, we can see a number of comments that were removed by the moderators, and also a number of comments that got massively downvoted.
I wonder why that is.
This is particularly interesting because over the last few days or so, it did look like the censorship on the Veilguard subreddit was becoming less than it was before. Now we can see that they're returning to their old ways and just like downvoting posts that criticize the game and point out bad takes, and or massively downvote them, which
Who would have
seems to
thought,
be an
right?
extra shred of irony about them mass downvoting comments that they don't like on a comment that talks about review bombing. So let's take a look at some of the downvoted comments that the Veilguard shills don't like, responding to the claim about the game only failed because of review bombing or whatever. For example, this one that says,
yes, of course.
The game being bad was why it underperformed. Those that like it are not wrong for liking it, but more people seem to not enjoy it. And that got minus 23 downvotes. Someone says, what was bad?
Really? He got he got that much downvotes just saying, yeah, I think people just don't like it. And people are like, no, stop it.
Just saying bad in a review or woke doesn't help. What really was bad about it? Reviews should be constructive, not demolishing. Different users.
Bro, there are people that literally was writing theses, you know, like I'm pretty sure some of those reviews that people were typing was probably the amount that's probably like the most amount of like actual effort that they wrote an essay than actually doing an actual school essay. Okay, because you want to know why? Because this they were passionate about. The other thing with the school, they're just like, nah, I got to do it because for a grade. That speaks volumes. It really does.
Saying if you wanted to take the time, you could easily find some very in-depth and constructive reviews. But generally, people had issues with the writing, the tone, character development, simplified gameplay mechanics, basically the complete absence of RPG mechanics.
And they got -3. Oh my god.
Also getting a -3 downvotes. There was another user who refuted the claim about the review bombing thing, and they got this insane response, which reads, incels who had their brains rotted by Russian propaganda on the internet literally brought fascism to America.
God.
You don't think a good game could suffer because of the same thing? Lol. So according to this person, Veilguard failed because
it brought fascism to America. Dude, you have no idea what that even is, dude.
Of Russian propaganda and fascism and incels. And that this stuff also led to the game getting review bombed and failing. Response to this -9 downvote says, continue to bury your head in the sand. Reasonable people are all over the subreddits giving genuine criticism of this game and its inability to engage them. If you like the game, that's fine, but you are in an echo chamber refusing to acknowledge that people don't like the game. And to expand on what this person said, he's referring to other subreddits like the Bioware subreddit or various gaming subreddits in general.
This guy's speaking facts. Like, let's be honest. What is it? What is it? What is it? The Western, whatever it is on the top, they can plug their ears and be like, la, 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 all they want, but you got to accept the reality, dude. Dragon failed, did horrible. It's like, what do you think? Do you really think a good game fails because it sucks? No, there are plenty of good games where, it just got overshadowed by other games. Yeah, that's happened before. Guardians of the Galaxy game. I actually really like that one. I think that's a really good game. What other games before? Titanfall 2. That's another great game as well. That got overshadowed by other games. And there are plenty of others out there. But no, this is not that. It's not being overshadowed. It's not being hate rated or anything like. No, it's genuinely a bad game. And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything. It's genuinely a not at all good game. Writing is poorly. You know what's crazy is that when you write a story that's based on what is it? That's based on what is it called? The Sorcerer era and things like that. With knights and dragons and all that stuff. It's so off-putting when you got Gen Z dialogue. I'm surprised that in the game they don't say like skibbity or anything like that. Or they don't say yacht. I'm pretty sure they were close to putting that dialogue in the game.
In which, as mentioned, yes, there's plenty of genuine criticism about the game. The Veilguard subreddit is just full of insane people with no self-awareness. And that's enough of their insanity for this video. Hope you found this amusing, though. If you did, please consider liking and or subscribing, and let me know what you think about all the stuff in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.
That's okay, guys, because here's the thing. Reddit is soon enough, soon enough Reddit will be sanctioned for all the crazy things with all the hate rate I wouldn't exactly say freedom of speech sort of things, but man, they put a lot of crazy stuff. There's a video that Asmongold did about like people basically wanting to cause real life harm to actual like politicians and stuff. I'm like, dude, these people are unhinged. And guess what? They got in trouble. At the actual Reddit administrator had to step in and be like, yeah, no, this subreddit has to be terminally shut down. And that's what they did. They temporarily shut it down. But anyway, but the days will come for Reddit. It certainly will. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Check out Hero Hey. You know, he's amazing as always. You know, he's great. What is it? Leave a like. Leave a like on this video and his video mainly. But what is it? Leave a like, subscribe, and check you guys out next time. Check out my Discord and my Twitch for I'll be on later today. But anyway, all you guys have a good one. Peace. Man, it's the coping of Dragon of Veilguard is so hard, dude. It's like, dude, game sucks.